here we go. Moron. Damn it. I want to get up. Rather put in effort to do that than actually get up. There we go. Better. Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Doctor Who. Last time on Doctor Who, we had Day of the Moon. Continuing on from the series premiere. Oh god, what the fuck happened? The Silence. We learned that the creatures were the Silence. And they did a bunch of stuff to beat them, and then the Doctor figured out how to commit genocide against them. It happens. And then, they saved the world with the footage of the moon landing. And then at the end, Amy may or may not be pregnant. It's kind of in flux right now. Hopefully it doesn't tear apart her relationship with Rory. And then at the end, the little girl who was in the astronaut suit was just out and about in New York, and she was dying, and then she regenerated. That's pretty much that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. Just don't. Also, I will say, a couple of you have pointed out that I have been quite. I don't know how to even say this. The past few Doctor Who episodes have left me pretty distraught about life and everything. And if you saw the last episode, you know I went and sat down here against my wall and did the whole discussion from there. I'm gonna try to tone down on that because I agree it is a bit frequent. So we're not gonna do that very often. We're gonna do it when it is completely necessary. But for the most part, I'm going to try to sit right here in this very spot and do the discussion. So yeah, just a little thing. And it's not like a lot of people complained, but I've been noticing that I've been doing that a lot. So yeah. Also, if you hear my voice, I'm tired. It just happens. And I've already recorded Sarah Jane today, which had a lot of talking. And I'm going to record Merlin after this, which will have a lot of talking. Hooray. So with that being said, let's get right into this episode of Doctor Who. Here we go. Pirates.
You're a dead man, McGraw.
From that little cut? Whoa.
Same as all the others.
Oh no. That's not just the soundtrack.
The siren is calling!
The sirens. Uh-oh. That's not good. Aww.
What's that? It's a creature has returned.
Oh, it's probably the Doctor, isn't it?
Yo ho ho!
Ha!
Or does nobody actually say that?
When I was little,
Oh boy.
I had an imaginary friend.
Oh yeah, you guys told me that this little Amy intro is for the American audiences.
He's called the Doctor.
America!
He comes
No,
from somewhere else. He's got a box called the TARDIS that's bigger
Yeah.
on the inside and can
to try to appeal more to Americans who hadn't seen
I ran
series
away,
1 through 5.
and we've been running ever since.
Whatever. I honestly don't mind. It's okay that it's there. It's a little weird. It doesn't exactly help the cold opens. Because the great thing about the cold opens is when it goes straight and wow, but it doesn't do that now. Oh well. We'll see. Alright. Pirates. Sirens. Alright.
We made no signal.
Our sensors picked you up. Ship in distress.
Sensors?
Really?
Yes.
You must have stowed away before we sailed.
What do we do with them?
Oh, I think they deserve our hospitality.
Ah, walk the plank.
Laughing like that, he didn't.
Throw the gun down.
All right, good job.
Amy, what are you doing?
Saving your life. Okay with that, are you?
Put down the sword. A sword could kill us all, girl.
Yeah, thanks. That's actually why I'm pointing it
It's
at.
the point of a sword. Ah! Now it's a sword fight. Wait, that's a stick.
You have killed me.
Oh, wait, it's just a cat.
Oh, the one dude with the cut.
Rise out of the ocean.
Come on, I
The sirens.
scratched him. What are you all in such a huff about?
Oh. It's nothing special about the sword. It's about... No, Rory! Ah! Whoa. Hold them back. Oh!
Sorry, but he is spoken for.
Ah! Ah! Jeez! Oh, that went south really fast.
Just like a shark in a dress and singing and green. A green singing shark in an evening gown.
The ship
Yeah.
is cursed.
Yeah, right. Curse is big with humans.
Tuh.
It means bad things are happening, but you can't be bothered to find an explanation.
She's the most
Tuh.
beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Actually, I think you'll find she isn't.
Yeah.
It's okay, we're safe down here. No curse is going through 3 solid inches of timber.
Ah!
What are you doing here?
Who is he? Well, he's not one of the crew.
No. He's my son.
Dang it. He's been stowed away for 8 days.
The black spot.
Oh, shit. He's cursed too.
There are worse ways than having your face knocked off by a dodgy mermaid.
He knows! He's died multiple times! Don't let him die again! Ugh. Why is this place so dangerous?
Does whiz bang far too technical to explain.
Wheel?
Atom accelerator?
It steers the thing.
No, sort of. Yes.
Wheel, telescope, astrolabe, compass. A ship's a ship.
Tuh. Wow. He can understand how to
Told you
pilot
to
the
wait,
TARDIS.
Dog.
You don't know how to fight with a cutlass, boy.
Don't need to, do I?
Just need a little cut. Now you can't go out there. She'll get you.
Okay.
Eh.
TARDIS runs off on its own. That's a bit of a new one.
Tuh. That's not good. You guys are good. He's not.
When we were down in the hold, think what happened. You, me, Amy, Rory, leeches.
She sprang from the water.
It's only when it grew still water. Nature's mirror.
So, you mean...
Yes, not
A
water.
reflection.
Reflection.
Huh. Crap. Oh.
She can spring from any of them.
Oh my gosh. No reflections.
This is the treasure of the Mogul of India.
Oh, good. For a moment there, I thought it was yours.
Doctor! Wait.
Just stay calm.
Oh shit. Ah! Ugh, that shit again. God damn it, quit setting up other stories.
Staring straight at me.
Oh, a storm. You can get out of here in a storm. The crown. Yeah, he kept the crown. Crap! Jesus! Alright, get out of here. Oh my god. Shit. Toby's dead. Man overboard.
The siren, she wants him. We have to release her.
What? How does that make any sense?
We have to let the siren take her.
Alright.
Quick, our fingers.
Oh boy, so we're all leaving the ship then.
Two cars parked in the same space. There are lots of different universes nested inside each other. Now and again they collide and you can step from one to the other.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, this time it's not an illusion.
Okay. Maybe that's why the TARDIS, like, just bailed?
Signal.
Yeah.
The distress call.
That's how the TARDIS noticed it.
Human bacteria.
What?
A virus from our planet. Airborne, travelling through the portal. That's what
Okay.
killed it. Didn't get its jabs.
Ugh.
Oh, look.
What is it?
Sneeze. Alien bogies.
Ugh.
So she anesthetizes people and puts their body in stasis.
Avery.
Ah!
Show her your ring. She may be virtual, but she's intelligent. You can't do anything without her consent. Come on. Sophisticated girl like you, that must be somewhere in your core program.
Yeah.
Consent form. Sign it. Put your hand in the light. Rory's sick. You have to take full responsibility.
Oh, okay. And then he can take responsibility for the crew and his son.
If you leave, you might die.
If you don't, you'll have to stay forever.
God damn it. Come on.
You're saying that if I don't... I'm a nurse.
What?
I can teach you how to save me.
Whoa, hold on.
I was drowning, you just have to resuscitate me.
Just.
You've seen them do it loads of times.
Oh,
in
yeah.
films. CPR, the kiss... What about Toby?
Sorry.
So he's stuck there.
Fever.
I can't go back to England.
Yeah.
What home does he have now, if not with me?
I
I
guess.
think you can sell this thing.
Just point me to the atom accelerator.
Alright, if you say so. Yeah. Get the chest going! Come on, you can do it! Come on! Come on! Come on! Hurry! Oh, finally! Took you long enough. Okay, good. Huh. Alright. Have fun in space. Yay, and the crew's back too.
Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Amelia.
You only call me Amelia when you're worrying about me.
I always worry about you.
Yeah.
Mutual.
Huh.
Go to bed, Pond.
You can't tell him.
God. Ugh.
It's his future.
This season is weird. It's still in flux.
Amelia.
Nope. Nice try. Go back 10 seconds. Okay. Interesting little episode. Oh, boy. I do like this whole overarching thing. I do like that there's this overarching story despite the fact that this is still episodic, you know, we still have to carry over the Doctor's future death and the possibility of Amy being pregnant. So yeah, that's interesting. It makes for an interesting season, which I guess, you know, we've always had sort of this overarching thing in each season, but this one is definitely like a lot more prominent, I think. Even like, excuse me, I don't know, even like the crack wasn't as like, I don't know, wasn't as big as this, I guess. Maybe that's the wrong word to say. Oh, excuse me. I've been coughing all day. Sorry. Okay. An interesting episode. Definitely interesting. I like that, you know, last episode we did say, it's like, okay, why did these things happen? We ought to go solve those. Or we could just go on some adventures. You want to go do that? So, I like that. The word... Because this is not a, like, serialized season, like the later seasons of Torchwood. But it is... I don't know. There's stuff that's carrying over, definitely. But it's a lot of... It's still episodic, and I still like that. Okay. The first thing I wrote down was Pirates and the Siren. I think it's actually interesting. This is we're on the third episode. We're still back in time. Because the first two episodes took place in 1969. And now this is taking place, you know, in the age of pirates and stuff like that. So, I like that. We're 3 episodes in and we're still doing stuff in the past. I actually really like that. So yeah, that's interesting. You know, they basically took the old myth of the siren and adapted it to this new sort of they basically adapted it to Doctor Who, basically, which I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. I was trying to think of, like, what else they've done recently that was like that. And what it was A Christmas Carol. We said that the same in that episode. Like, you know, this is the classic story of A Christmas Carol. You know, this old man who hates Christmas, and he's, you know, a Scrooge and stuff like that. And he's a Scrooge. And that's where it came from. But he's this big jerk and stuff like that. And then, you know, through seeing his past and stuff like that, he becomes a better person just in time for Christmas. It's just that they took that story and they changed it to fit Doctor Who. You know, the Doctor became the ghosts and stuff. They basically did the same thing here. They took the mythos of the siren and adapted it to be more, I guess, science fiction-y, which was pretty cool. Excuse me. I'm terribly sorry about this cough. You guys probably don't care. Whatever. So yeah, going back to Pirates was pretty cool, and for the most part, just like, it's interesting that, you know, they kind of got around. They kind of got around on this little ship, despite the fact that the entire episode, basically, until, you know, later they went to the other ship, but pretty much the entire episode was just on this tiny, you know, just a ship, basically. But that was interesting. I did like that. And I liked the captain. Oh, God, what was his name? Let me get... Alright. Henry Avery. Okay. Yeah. Henry Avery. He was definitely a very interesting character, you know? You really feel for him with, you know, with his son and with him turning to a life of piracy and stuff like that. I did like that. He was a very good character. Yeah. I wrote down the sword and the spot. So it wasn't specifically like, they were kind of making it out to be like, what am I trying to say? Oh, that there was something with the sword. Like, there's something about the sword specifically that's causing all this, but it wasn't the sword. They were just so afraid of getting cut, because if they got cut, then the siren would come for them. And I like that too, because it's like, okay, well, the siren, you know, the siren, it can smell your blood. It's like a shark. But in reality, it just senses that there has been an injury, so it needs to save the person because it's a doctor, which again is also interesting. You know, I like when they take these interesting concepts like, okay, well, it smells blood, it always goes for blood, and it's like, no, it's just this other thing that can be misinterpreted as that, basically. So, yeah, I like stuff like that. And then the spot, again, that was also interesting because, you know, that is something that, again, is part of sort of pirate myth, I guess, you know, or at the very least, something that can be associated with pirates, you know. Even in, like, Pirates of the Caribbean, like, Jack Sparrow has the mark of Davy Jones on his hand, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, it's like this spot that just appears is very, very interesting, but it wasn't that. It's not a spot. It's specifically a tissue sample that they take. That is also very interesting. I do like that. Let's see. I wrote down Rory and Toby. So it is interesting that Rory would end up being the one that, the one of our crew that, is trying to be taken by the siren. That's interesting. Fucking Rory. He does play the fool well because, you know, it's like, it does turn them into a fool, basically, which I guess that's more of, you know, I don't know, sort of, you could almost call that like morphine or something. It's like, they're trying to ease the pain and stuff like that, and make them all nice and happy, and then, you know, take them to the medical bay. Yeah, it could be something like that, and then he plays that so well. He plays, you know, being kind of stupid very well, and I like, you know, how that played off of Amy, you know, when he's like, oh, she's just the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, and Amy is just like, most beautiful woman you've ever seen, huh? And you can see, like, you know, she's smiling about it, and, you know, she's just kind of messing with him. So I did like that. I wrote down the TARDIS. So the TARDIS, basically, the TARDIS kind of bailed. It was just like, I'm fucking out of here, bye. And so that was kind of interesting. And it really wasn't like, oh, there's something wrong with the TARDIS. It is specifically that, okay, it is this whole, you know, multiple universes thing that are, you know, in contact with each other. That's kind of why, you know, that's happening. The TARDIS didn't really know what to do. So, yeah. The reflection was also interesting. You know, we thought, okay, the siren's it's just coming out of the water, but it's actually just coming out of any reflection because, you know, basically this whole thing is from not exactly a mirror world per se, but it is from another world, and you go through a reflection to get to our world, basically. So yeah, that's interesting. Reflections are going to be a little weird for me for a while then. Anyway. So yeah, the whole reflection thing, and that meant, you know, everything had to go, basically. Everything that made a reflection. Water, still water specifically, which was the problem, was that they were stuck on the ocean, and there was no wind, so nothing was happening. So that was interesting. And then, you know, just down to the crown that Henry stole, that just allowed the thing to come out, allowed the siren to come out. You know, and I didn't even think about this, like, in the beginning, but, you know, when they say, well, the TARDIS picked up a distress, basically, a ship in distress, on its radar, on its scanners, and, you know, it's interesting. I just kind of thought, oh, that's kind of cool, the TARDIS can do that, but it's not that. It's not that the TARDIS can do that. The TARDIS did pick up the other ship, and that's why they went there, basically. So that was interesting. So this ship that basically got a disease from Earth that they didn't have the immunity, they didn't have vaccines or anything, so they all just died. So that was interesting, you know, basically bringing a human disease to these aliens, basically. And then the whole thing with, like, okay, it's a different universe, that was pretty cool, and, you know, you access it through a reflection. But basically just these two universes that are existing in the same space at the same time, which is pretty crazy. And then, yeah, the hospital was pretty interesting. Again, you know, changing it to where it's like, oh, it's a siren and it's, you know, killing its victims. Like, no, it's attracted to blood. It's like, well, technically, yes, it is attracted to blood, but that's because it's a doctor. It wants to send you to the sick bay. So that was definitely really interesting. I really liked that. And then the last thing I wrote down really was the fucking woman. The woman who, we didn't talk about this last time, but last time we did see, you know, just this hole open up and this woman is just there and she's like, no, she's just dreaming, and closes it, and we got nothing else on that. And then here we got that again. You know, Amy was trying to sleep and she was like, yes, just keep sleeping. You're just fine. She wakes up and she's just right there. And she's like, it just closes it. It's like, the fuck does that mean? What is that? You know, it's so that's another one of those overarching things about this season, which, to this season's credit, we have a lot of overarching stuff. We have the Doctor's death, which happens at least 200 years in his future. We have whether or not Amy is pregnant, and we have this woman who keeps basically checking in on Amy every once in a while. So yeah, but I really loved this episode. This was really great. It'll be interesting to see if I don't know, how long are we going to stay in the past, you know? And I love staying in the past. I think that's great. But yeah, I am kind of curious how long we're actually going to keep having episodes in the past. Guess we'll have to see. I will say, though, that this season has kind of upped the creep factor. Like, between the siren and the silence, we're getting a lot of sort of spookier episodes. But hey, I like that. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Good episode all around, and I'm curious to see where we go with the next one. Oh, that was a burp, not a cough. Oh god, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Wait, cough time. Oh, sorry. I was yelling at my lawnmower this morning, so it's kind of screwed me up for the day. And it doesn't help that I'm talking today for these videos, but whatever. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Doctor Who reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.